This is Made for More Living with Johnny Jennings, powered by eXp Realty. Online at madeformoreliving.com.
So I am so excited to hear this story from Valary. She said it has something to do with the bridge and weed, and I do not remember this story.
Can you say weed on the radio?
Can you say weed? Can you say Mary Jane?
So you never heard this story?
I'm pretty sure I've heard. I know the bridge part, but I don't remember the weed part. So Valary, what happened?
So I'm going on a listing appointment, right? And so
what year is this? Because this is important to know. What year is this?
This is probably 2018.
Okay, so marijuana was legal in California at the time?
I think it was
legal?
still like the 5 plants, for personal use or whatever.
Oh, gotcha.
I don't know what the law was at that point. I didn't do a lot of marijuana sales.
California legalized medical cannabis in 1996 and recreational cannabis in 2016.
So recreational. So it was legal.
I think there was some limit on the plants.
Sure, limit on how many you can have. Okay.
Anyways, so I'm, again, going back to what we were talking about earlier about just show up. I'm going out to this listing appointment out in the middle of nowhere. I've never been out there, like nowhere land Placerville, right? And so I'm driving. I'm going across this bridge. Well, I come up to this bridge, and it's like very clearly a one-way bridge, and you look down over the edge, and it is like the steepest drop I've ever seen, other than like the Forest Hill Bridge, which, that one's way steeper. But there's like this rushing river at the bottom of it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to die. There's no way.
I think you called me like, Johnny, should I go over the bridge?
On the bridge, though, right? There was rails.
There was rails, but it was like wooden. It was wooden, rickety, and a one-way. So
what
I'm like,
town is this in? Somewhere in
Placerville? Yeah, I think like Somerset area. Okay. Anyway, so I'm literally calling Johnny. I'm like, pray with me right now because I think this is the end. Like, can you just be on the phone with me?
I'm like, Valary, do you have to go this way? And she's like, yes, I have to go this way.
There's literally, Google has no other way to get out to this property. And anyways,
I was getting fired up just thinking about this bridge.
Yeah, I'm like, because the thing is, like, everybody has a problem with this bridge. Like, the people that live out there, they're like, yeah, they've been telling us they're going to build a new bridge for many years, but they haven't.
Hey, maybe with Trump.
Maybe.
Come on, Trump.
Anyway, so this bridge does not look like it will hold my car. I'm like thinking, can I just park my car here and then like walk across? No, I can't make it all the way to the house if I'm walking.
Is it this bridge with the white railing or a different one?
Yeah, the Mosquito Road Bridge. Yeah.
Okay, the Mosquito Road Bridge. It looks very nice. It has a lot of charm. It must have been improved since you drove on it.
They're looking at it right now.
But if you look down over the edge,
well, don't do that. Just focus on what's ahead.
It's a one-way. It is a one-way
bridge. But
okay.
It looks pretty sturdy.
Anyways, from now that I'm more familiar with the area,
I agree with you, Matt. But in the moment, she was freaking out.
Sure. Anyways, you guys, I'm new to this area. At this point in 2018, I'm like, I've never been here before. I don't know what to expect. Now I would feel fine driving across it. Okay. So, anyways, I make it across finally after
she sat there for like 15 minutes.
I did.
I had a ton of missed calls.
Was there not cars behind you like, come on, lady, go?
It's not really that populated out there. So, yeah, I think that's what ended up pushing me across because this PG&E guy came up behind me and he was like clearly trying to get through. So, anyways, I go across, show up to the house, taking a tour around. The family's really nice. Everybody's super friendly. But I'm going through my checklist of like all the things to look at and take notes on. And I was like, okay, well, the one thing we didn't see was, do you guys have indoor laundry? And they're like, well, it's not inside the house. It's in the garage. Are you sure you want to see it? And I was like,
oh, man.
I was like,
are you sure
I guess
you want to see it?
And they're like,
pause for a second and think, wait a second, maybe not.
What's up with this laundry situation?
And I was like, I guess so.
Are you sure you want to see it?
Question mark?
You have to say yes at that point.
Yeah,
you can't
absolutely.
say no, I don't want to see part of your house.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm like, well, I have to see what this laundry situation is.
Hold on, let me call my husband and be on the phone.
Let me call him again.
Yeah. Walk with me.
Mind you, there has not been any other indication that this situation is going on in the garage. So he opens the door and there's like a full growing operation set up in there. Like there's all
marijuana plants.
Yes. Yeah. So there's all the lights up on top, all these plants plugged into their little growing stations. The laundry is not there. I don't know where they do their
the washer and dryer?
The hookups are there, but the washer and dryer were not there. They'd taken out like all the garage door motors, so they'd fully converted the garage into just
Are you sure you want to
there was like
it?
hundreds of plants in there, I think. I don't know that much about it. So
that's kind of scary, because then it's like, are you sure you want to see this? Do you want to say goodbye to your husband? Because those can be scary situations.
Can you imagine doing an open house there on Super Bowl Sunday? That'd be awesome.
Well, the thing is, that
anyways.
was for them, that was a selling point, because they were like, so are you okay with like adding this to the listing and making it like, because that out there, this is like something that people do, right? Okay. And so having that operation already set up there and all the stuff, and like it probably cost them thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to put all that in there.
Really unique buyer that would want to set up like that.
Yep.
Yeah, but a lot of the neighbors, everybody, it's common in some of the more rural areas where that's what people do. So, anyways, did not get the listing.
I think you spoke to your broker about it, and the broker was like,
yeah, the broker was like, do you really want to do that, Valary? And I'm like, I guess probably not. So I just
and the legality around it. So it wasn't permitted. There were a lot of issues with how they had the whole thing set up.
You could get in a lot of trouble. You don't want to get in a risky situation like that.
Using it as a selling point, it's almost like more of a business deal rather than just a residential property. So
yeah,
anyways,
correct.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
Yeah.
So you said no.
Yeah.
They didn't say no.
Yeah.
Are you sure you want to see it? Oh my gosh. That's like a line from like almost every horror movie. Are you sure you want to go in there?
I couldn't say no though.
Yeah. Where's my stun gun? Yeah. So we'll end the show with a self-deprecating story really quick. Valor and I are obviously not from the area. I'm from the thriving metropolis of Kalinga, and Valary's from Bakersfield. So we moved up here, we're taking listings, we're working with people, and I get this listing in a town that I've never been in before. And so I go, I do the whole walkthrough, everything, and then they ask me a question. Have you ever sold a house before in our city? And I said, no. I was honest with them. I said, no, I have not. But you know what? With our marketing, I'm sure I can sell any house in Ripon. And they're like, Ripon? And I was like, what? And they're like, it's called Rippin', Johnny.
Wow.
It's called Rippin'.
And goodbye.
Yep. No, I ended up getting the listing.
Oh, you did?
I sold the house, and since we've sold maybe, I don't know, a dozen homes in that community.
Referrals from that same person.
From that same person. They thought we did a great job. I couldn't say Rippin', but I could sell a house.
Ripon.
So thanks for being on the show, gorgeous.
Thanks for having me.